Coming up on Thunder Insider, Russell Westbrook made it official. Number 0 will be wearing the Thunder jersey for quite some time. Hear why the dynamic point guard says there's no place like OKC.
Just everybody I know around me supported me from day one and definitely gave me confidence that this is where I wanted to be.
Plus, Scott Brooks' crew brought home some momentum and knocked out 2 more on their court. BD, Grant Long, Matt Pinto, and I break down another great week of Thunder hoops. And we check in with Mike Steely and the wonderful staff at the Chesapeake Arena. We've got all that and much, much more coming your way. Stay tuned. Thunder Insider gets started right now. Hello and welcome everyone to Thunder Insider presented by Integris Health. I'm Kelly Krall, your host, coming to you from inside the Chesapeake Energy Arena along with Brian Davis and Grant Long. It's been another exciting week of Thunder basketball. I think the team pretty much picked up momentum there at the end of their road trip in New Jersey, and then it was 2 very solid games here at home.
Past the quarter post of the season now, guys, and back to what Scott Brooks asked his team to do the very first day of camp: improve your defense. There was a moment this week where the Thunder achieved the top rank in the NBA in field goal defense. Yep. Grant, 10 of their last 11 opponents have been held below 100 points. The Thunder 12 times last year, 7 times already. The other guys only shot 40% or less.
A lot of that has to do with completing the defensive sequence, rebounding the basketball. Scott Brooks called for his team to do more of that, and they have answered the bell. They've rebounded. I think I haven't seen this team play the way that they've played defensively over the last 4 or 5 games. I don't think I've seen that since this team has been here.
And maybe another milestone for the team this week, and certainly for Russell Westbrook and his career, as he signs a 5-year extension, will be in Oklahoma City for some time. And Russell, very excited to help this team grow.
You know, from day one, this is the spot I wanted to be. The organization believed in me by surprisingly picking me number 4. And, you know, a lot of guys doubted me, but from day one, this organization supported me, the fans, the people around, my teammates, my family, just everybody I know around me supported me from day one, and definitely gave me confidence that this is where I wanted to be.
Can we just talk about why you wanted to make this commitment to this organization at this time?
One of the main reasons is my first thought was thinking about the city, the community, the fans, you know, my teammates, just the whole organization, man. I think we might have the best organization in sports, the way we do things, the way we, you know, control the organization, and the way, you know, guys are taken care of around here. And I can say this for any player in the league: you want to be somewhere where you want it. And I wanted to be somewhere where, you know, I had great support, and this is the spot for me.
So big picture, and in terms of what this means for the future of this team and the growth of the guys now like Russell Westbrook and Kevin Durant, Kendrick Perkins, Nick Collison, guys that will be here for some time, just what this means for their future.
Well, first of all, it means there's going to be continuity with the ball club, the nucleus of the ball club, for a long time. Secondly, from a player standpoint, former player standpoint, the fact that the team said we're going to invest in your future goes such a long way confidence-wise for an individual. We're talking about Russell Westbrook, and I think that happens for anybody when the team or your organization says we are interested in you, we want you to be here for the future. It just goes a long way for your confidence.
You look at Westbrook, and all of a sudden now he is being viewed as sort of an elder statesman, an accomplished pro in the NBA. We were in Washington last week, and the DC beat writers were asking Russell questions about his experiences, trying to apply those to John Wall, their second-year point guard. So when you begin to compile the sort of resume that Russell and Kevin and our guys have developed, those things start to happen, and I can see Russell particularly growing into a comfort zone with being treated like an elder statesman. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you talked about the continuity of the group and growing together. One of the sure telltale signs of that is guys knowing where each other are on the court and being able to find them, pass the ball, make that extra pass, the ball movement. As of late, very, very nice.
Have you ever seen a team that could move the ball as quickly and as well in tight spaces?
No, I haven't. And again, it goes to the continuity. It speaks to the continuity of the ball club. These guys have been together for a while. They know each other like the back of their hand, especially the interior passing. You see Collison, you see Nazim Muhammad and Serge Ibaka. The way these guys pass the ball in that painted area is something to behold. But that doesn't happen if this group is not together as long as they have been. Get the practice time in. And everybody understands the philosophy of the ball club. Not stand still. Don't stand still and watch the other guy do what he's going to do. Get yourself in an open area to receive a pass.
Oh, and one of the things when they are moving the ball like that, and James Harden was one of the first to say it, it's certainly that extra pass means somebody's going to be open. And a few of the guys we've seen open, specifically Thabo Sefolosha and Daquan Cook, and these guys are making the most of their opportunities as of late.
Understanding who you're on the floor with, and that's the best way that I can sum it up. When Daquan Cook's on the floor, Thabo Sefolosha, we've talked about how he's a much improved three-point shooter now, and the guys on the floor that he's with, they understand where he is and they try to get him the ball and give him an opportunity to be successful. Again, that's a matter of this team growing and maturing together and understanding who they're on the floor with. Get guys an opportunity to be successful in their comfort zone.
Thabo, 49% from the floor, better than 50% from three. He's going to keep his pace up. He's going to shatter his career marks in those categories. The one thing that you notice is now has become a willing shooter. He's not going to pass it up. He understands the importance of getting in a groove, and even if he's not delivering consistently, he's going to stay at it. And we've seen him bounce back. That's a really good sign for this team. All of a sudden gives you a better inside-out dimension.
Well, whether it's moving the ball on offense or defense, one thing I really liked hearing from Kendrick Perkins was him saying we have to be able to also do this on the road, and the guys will have that opportunity coming up. Up next on Thunder Insider, OKC's defense has been scary good, says Westbrook. We'll explain why it has teams scratching their heads. And Brian Davis goes one-on-one with Kevin Durant.
How has this team improved?
We've improved a lot, but I think the biggest area was experience.
Welcome back, Thunder fans. Be sure to mark this down on your calendar, February 1st. You have to attend the official Thunder watch party and cheer on your team at the Hooters on Northwest Expressway as OKC is in Dallas taking on the Mavericks. Game starts at 7 p.m. Joining us now, the radio voice of Thunder basketball, Matt Pinto, and Grant Long still hanging in there with us. We appreciate it. Guys, one of the things the coaches definitely stressed this week to the team was defense and trying to stay around that 33% mark, field goal mark for the opponents. And they did that in two of the games this week against New Jersey and Detroit, and then against the Hornets, still a very, very solid defensive performance.
Well, this we know about this team to this point. A season ago in 82 games, 6 times they held their opponent to sub 40% field goal shooting. They've done it 7 times already this season. They talk about Grant playing on a string defense, which means one guy's positioned in one spot, then other.
Well, they're communicating at a high level defensively, and that's where it starts at first. And you have to be able to communicate and tell your teammate where you need him to be. You have to be able to read and react as well defensively, and I think this is where this team's intelligence comes into play. They've been together for a while now, and they can instinctively read where one another's going to be.
Off of that energy on the perimeter.
The rim defense has been impressive, and when you bring up Serge Ibaka, I have to just bring up what Russell Westbrook said about him the other night. After he had 5 blocks against Detroit, he says he's making other teams scared to come into the paint.
And that's what
he needs to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He needs to do that. In order to protect the basket, you have to have a fear. You have to put a fear into your opponent that when they drive in there, their shot, as Matt said, is going to be altered or blocked. And on the perimeter defensive side of it, you're able to say, I'm going to get up and pressure the ball on the perimeter, knowing that if he gets by me, I've got guys behind me that are going to protect the basket. That's extending your defense on the perimeter, and that's going to make you a better ball club.
I think also it sparks other guys to just really get going and get intense on the defensive end. One guy in particular you see with the second unit is Nick Collison, even having a block against the Hornets.
Well, he's a player that is so fundamentally sound that he attacks it the same way at both ends of the floor, but on the defensive end of the floor, it seems as if he sort of takes the role that Perkins relinquishes when he leaves, because he will guide and direct what's going on defensively expertly from the interior.
And I like what Nick Collison says. He says, I like to lose myself in the game. And that, for him, when he says that, that's more defensive-minded than anything. And he comes over, you're not going to see him block a whole lot of shots, but very rarely is Nick Collison out of position to draw a charge or at least be in a help side position.
Feeling the rhythm, feeling the pace of the game. And now up next for the team, they do hit the road. They've got the Golden State Warriors, they've got the LA Clippers, and then Dallas. Your thoughts on what's in front of them?
Well, we're talking defense, and there's a big challenge right out of the chute.
Absolutely.
Beginning that three-game road trip, because Monte Ellis and Stephen Curry are as explosive a duo as there is in the league. They're undersized, so you want to try and exploit their defense, Grant, but those guys can really light it up. Mark Jackson's trying to instill a defensive philosophy to the Warriors. They're always coming at home.
Well, we talked about paint and protecting the basket, but that game, talking about the Warriors, you're going to have to really get out and pressure the perimeter, because you said these guys can shoot the ball at a very high clip. They're going to get volume opportunities to shoot the ball. So a lot of pressure defensively will be put on the backcourt of the Thunder to begin this road trip.
Certainly a tough test, but a challenge where they can work on that defensive consistency.
Ahead on Thunder Insider.
Seems to be a particular emphasis on defense this season. Why is that so important?
It wins games. It wins games. It's a cliche, but it's true.
Jump pass low to the rim. Up quick for the right hand slam dunk.
Gear up for Thunder basketball at NBAThundershop.com. The Thunder Shop is the official team store of your Oklahoma City Thunder.
Erased inside by Perkins. That's great basketball.
Stocked with all of the current on-court authentic apparel, fan memorabilia, and collectibles for fans of all ages. Declare your loyalty for Thunder basketball at NBAThundershop.com.
It's time to vote your favorite Thunder players into the 2012 NBA All-Star Game in Orlando. Vote online at thunder.nba.com by clicking on the All-Star image today. There are no paper ballots this season, so go online to thunder.nba.com, and voting ends on January 31st. So remember, Thunder fans, vote Thunder and vote often. In his 5th year in the league, Kevin Durant turning into such a leader for this Thunder ball club. Brian Davis sits down with the 2-time NBA scoring champion and asks him what he's still hoping to improve on this season.
There are moments when you will be called upon to take it over. There are also a lot of moments where you've had to learn how to rely, whether it's in the locker room or on the floor, to rely on your teammates. How important is that? Because it seems like that's very much part of the culture of this basketball team.
That's the beauty of playing basketball. It's going to throw so many things at you. One night you're going to have to take the game over. You don't have to. One night you have to pass the ball to Thabo Sefolosha. He hit a 3. We go up 4 points with 15 seconds to go. We seal the game. Or I might be a decoy for the whole fourth quarter while Russell Westbrook goes and have 15 points in a row. You know, or we have to throw down the surge and he get us 6 points in a row. And the game of basketball is so up and down. You never know what's going to happen. You know, and that's the best part of being a professional is knowing how to deal with different situations.
Here is Durant for the win. Kevin Durant has won it at the buzzer.
And, you know, myself, I'm not fully aware of how to play this game, you know, at all aspects. You know, I got a long ways to go. And every game is an experience for me, so I try to grow and try to learn from every experience. And like I said, one night I may have to take over. Next night I may have to be a passer. Next night I may have to be a defender. So it's different. Every game is different, I think, especially postseason. And you know, you never know what you have to do. But at the end, as long as you see a W in that column, you know, everything else is worth it.
So what are some of your own personal goals to build on the skills you've already acquired? What do you want to get accomplished this season?
There's a lot I want to get accomplished, man. You know, I want to be a guy that comes in and control the game and dominate a game with my passing. That's one thing I want to do. That's always been a goal of mine, and I just always want to get better every single day, learn something every single day. The team success kind of dictates, you know, individual accolades. So, you know, I'll just be patient with that, always keep working and see what happens.
As a team, from your first couple of seasons and the rough times that you endured, and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right?
Yeah, exactly.
How has this team improved?
We've improved a lot, but I think the biggest area was experience. You haven't seen us make a big move in free agency. We've been keeping it steady as far as drafting guys, great character guys that we think is going to come in here and fit in. Got to work hard every day, and everybody know that. It's not, you know, since people were dubbing us as the team to beat or the team that's going to, you know, do pretty well in the West, we know that's not guaranteed. So with that mindset that we got to come in and work, we'll be all right.
Seems to be a particular emphasis on defense this season. Why is that so important?
It wins games. It wins games. It's a cliche, but it's true. Last year, our defense wasn't as good as we wanted to be, but I think the fourth quarter defense was pretty good. But for us to be a great team, we have to do it all game. You know, 48 minutes we have to do it, and I think that if we come out from the beginning of the games and set that tone on the defensive end, then we could be a pretty good team. So we got to continue to keep working on that aspect every day in practices. Our coaching staff always emphasizes helping each other out and being there for your teammates on the defensive end. And we call it making assists on the defensive end. You know, if your teammate gets beat, come and help him out. And if the guy that's helping, you got to help the helper too. So we do a lot of that stuff in practice, and I think if we always put that repetition in our head and do it every single day, we can get better.
One last. Outside of basketball, who inspires you?
My mom. My mom inspires me, man. She's been through so much. She's fought for me and my brother. She's sacrificed a lot for me and my brother. She put away all her social time just so me and my brother can make it. And I look at her and try to kind of translate that into basketball. You got to sacrifice sometimes on the floor. You got to be there for your brothers. You know, you got to do a lot. And my mom was just the strongest person I've seen, man. Words can't explain how much I feel about her and how much she's helped me get to where I am today.
Ahead on Thunder Insider.
You hear all the time about Thunder basketball being a community event. Now, it may sound like a cliche, but it's really not.
I'm Serge Ibaka. You're watching Thunder Insider.
Welcome back, Thunder fans. Don't forget to take part in our Watch and Win contest this season. Not only do you have a chance to win tickets to an upcoming home game, but you are also automatically entered to win a trip to see the Thunder take on the Lakers in LA. Just visit thunder.nba.com and enter the code 6565 or text the code to 68278 for your chance to win. Between practices and games, the players need to break things up a little bit and get out in the community. Recently, Lazar Hayward hopped on the Rolling Thunder book bus and visited with kids at Santa Fe South Elementary.
6 people. Right here.
How we doing? Good. Good. What's your name? Jacob. Let me get a 5, Jacob. Don't leave me hanging. My man, appreciate that.
This is just another opportunity for the Thunder and American Fidelity to come out and bring the love of reading to kids here at Santa Fe Elementary School in Oklahoma City.
You won't lose this, right? Okay. Anything with kids for me just brings me happiness, you know, just to see the smile on their face, just to, you know, come and enjoy a book, or just to meet, you know, to meet someone like me. They're just very, very genuinely happy. So that really, that touches me. So whenever I can just experience that joy with them, it just makes me happy. You got one? All right, I'll sign it up for you. Dumb Diary. Yeah, I've never read this one.
It's tremendous having an NBA basketball player that can relate to kids. It's just something special, and it really helps promote the program.
How you doing, buddy? Good? I'll sign this for you. It's just really funny to me that they would even just want to have, you know, my autograph, and they'd go crazy over me signing something for them. That's why I never have a problem signing anything for a kid. There you go, buddy. Fourth grade. How you doing? Good. Come on in, pick a book.
Studies show that an early love of reading and commitment to it will benefit you greatly in life, and we want those kids to have that experience. Some of them will have it. Others, this might be their first opportunity to get their first book, so we're excited about that.
In this week's Stealing the Mic, Mike Steely shows us why the Chesapeake Energy Arena has the best guest relations staff in the country.
You hear all the time about Thunder basketball being a community event. Now, it may sound like a cliche, but it's really not. Every time Thunder fans come through those turnstiles here at Chesapeake Arena, they're treated to a great experience from the best guest relations staff in the NBA.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Working with these are the greatest people in the world.
Love meeting new people. Love greeting all of my guests. They're like family to me.
I think they're great. They make you feel right at home. They're always greeting you and how you doing, and you feel like you know all of them after you come to a ball game or two. It's real good.
How much fun do you have doing this every night?
All the fun in the world. Every night is a blast. Love it every night. Different atmosphere every night. Nice fans, rowdy fans.
They're the greatest fans in basketball. I just love it. I love it. I love it.
Hi, how are you? Yes, it is, sir. All the way down to your left.
Super friendly and knowledgeable of the arena. They tell everybody where to go, and they always have a smile on their face.
Look at these little ladies coming. Hi, ladies. How y'all doing? Okay. I can't even interview because I love them so much. Okay.
What's it like when you get here and deal with those people?
Well, everybody is so friendly, and they treat us fantastic. I mean, it really enhances our experience as a club section owner here.
I mean, my goodness, look at the smiles. And if they don't have a smile, I get them a smile, right?
Well, I think they're one of the best things about coming down and seeing all the people who are excited about Thunder basketball.
Now, you were dancing off camera. Can you dance a little on camera, too? There we go. You see, that's what it's all about right there.
Thanks for joining us here at the Chesapeake Arena for another edition of Thunder Insider presented by Integris Health. We'll see you again next week with plenty more on Thunder basketball.